Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're all doing well. Yogurt here, and hope you're all having a great day, night, afternoon, evening, whatever happens to be for you, wherever you happen to be watching. Looks like we got the usual suspects in here, Gray and Buffy. Welcome, welcome. Thank you as always for popping in. Happy to see you. Yeah, so sorry I was a little bit late in starting today. I was trying to vent as much heat out of my room as I could. Which seems to have proven pointless, because 2 minutes after shutting my door you wouldn't have known I did anything, so we'll see how late tonight goes, because I'm already literally sweating, so if it gets to the point where I'm dripping sweat off my head, I'm probably gonna quit, because that's not fun, and I'm not gonna deal with it. Or I'll get up and turn the air conditioner on exceedingly low, and you can deal with the noise, one of the two, it's up to you, or maybe. Depends. But that is where we are and how it is, so unfortunately it's warmed up here, and that's not a good thing as far as this is concerned. So anyway, how are you, Buffy and Gray? Having a good night? Day? Gray, I know you're at work. Hope your work day's going well. So anyway, let's get on with some Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, shall we? I think we're about to finish off the Cabaret quest line, or I know we're in that quest line. I don't know how close to finishing it we truly are, but we'll see. Nope, that was a nice recap by Dandelion there. Hang on a second. Cannot seem to get situated tonight, whatever. Everything's off. You woke up early to call Cabela's still out of your ammo? That sucks. You're doing alright, catching up on home-related paperwork, Buffy? Huh, there you go. At least you called this time instead of making the drive. Yes, Gray. Yes, very, very much so. Oh, damn it, wrong screen. Hang on a second. Why aren't my hotkeys working? There we go. Sorry about that. You didn't miss anything. You heard Dandelion's recap, just didn't see it, so nothing really there. You couldn't hear Dandelion? Sorry. My bad. Forgot to switch the screen before I clicked over. Everything should be good now, I believe. Yep, thanks, Gray, too. Everything should be fine now. If it's not, then I'm very confused, but, yeah, I caught it this time, right about same time you guys were telling me, luckily, once. Hi, Sassy, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Where's the closest gate? Almost seems like it's the Oxenford gate, although I feel like it's gonna be more trouble than it seems to get there. Bear with me one moment, folks. Thought I was mostly situated, but I guess I wasn't quite yet. Alright. Moving on. BB sassy. Not sure what you mean. But okay.
Rain was coming. Felt it in my bones.
That didn't quite.
Hey, you seen any prime fillies?
I think this is more or less taking me in a nutshell, maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. Close enough. Closer to on track than I had thought.
It's me.
Where's Eustace? It was him always all
There we go.
Right, you did. Plenty more to do.
Talk to your outlook in the Vegelbud's residence. And then that would shoot me, yeah. What we shall do.
Struck with awe, behold, madly galloping poetry. Well,
That's one way to put it.
seems you're a considerable sum in the red, but you shan't back out on that account, eh?
Won't have much of a choice before long.
Come now, old sport. We can't allow that. Who'd I wager with then, eh? Listen, here's what we'll do. We'll make one more bet. If you win, I'll pay your debts and we'll continue playing. What do you say?
And if I lose?
One worry at a time, old chum. Well, I have to place my bet.
Would not take this bet. You don't even know what happens if you lose.
Rotlick?
Henri Rotlick, artist, painter, debtor, and martyr to my art. At your service.
Dandelion sent me.
Oh, yes. Tell him his placards are done and safely hidden away. Yet, alas, I cannot fetch them, as a group of angry creditors has seized my home.
Yeah, I
Think
took
I
care
might
of
have run
them.
into one of them.
Then you know my predicament. And now Count de Louverton has offered me the chance to win it all back. I'm to wager on a race.
Indeed, who is he?
Generous. Not just anybody could afford to do that.
De Louverton is not just anybody. He's Duke Sam's youngest son. Sam of the well-known family of gem dealers. One debt more or less makes little difference to him.
Suppose that would be true.
What's there to worry about? This is your chance to settle up, get a clean slate.
He has to win.
We've had a spell
I
of
believe that
bad
should be
luck
the problem.
lately. Should I agree to de Louverton's offer and lose, I shall be in bondage to him for all time. Whoosh.
Forgot that was an option. I do just want the placards. So, it's much, much easier, but
Let's do this.
what fun
I'll
would
enter
it be
the
not
race.
doing the race?
You'll bet on
huh?
me.
You know?
Win, pay your debts, then give me the placards.
You are that good a rider?
Far from the worst. Go tell the Count you accept his offer.
I don't have any strength for anything.
Damn it.
Move it!
Alrighty, let's see how we can do here. I was about to say that dude's fast, but he gave me a little in to get past him there. As it seems like I'm only riding against one person. I don't think that's actually the case. he's right on my ass, which is not good. Means when Roach inevitably runs out of stamina before this whole thing is over, he's going to have a way to get ahead of me pretty easily. Come on. Oh, well, okay, that worked out. I did better than I thought I would.
Thank you. I never expected this. May I ask to what I owe this generosity?
Let's just say I like to do a good deed from time to time. Can we get those placards now?
I'll bring them to the Rosemary in time, just as soon as I settle my obligations.
Fine. See you there.
That'll work.
You! You got water on the brain?
Okay.
Hey, you! Yes, you! You got water on the brain?
I think they're yelling at me about having water on the brain, though not entirely sure why. This time. Sometimes it's clear.
I serve the eternal fire.
Come by the bacon. Grand opening tonight.
Just realized I forgot to post that I'm live. Bear with me one moment. Or couple. Sorry, guys. Just take a moment or two. Or 3 or 4. Won't take very long. Go. Just gotta do a couple of copy and pastes real quick. And then we will be good again. Cool, hold on.
Grand in the evening, a performance by the illustrious duo.
It does help if people know I'm actually live.
Well, well. See, the crew's been hard at work. Not bad.
I love it. Especially the, accoutrements on the wall.
Priscilla picked them.
Well, I must admit, you have great taste. What about Rotlick? Did you get the placards?
Rotlick said he'd bring them on his
Placards,
own.
not placards.
Should be here
Placards,
soon.
placards, placards,
Great.
placards.
The best way I can think of to promote the chameleon.
Kinda liked the Rosemary in Time.
Never mentioned wanting to change the name.
Rosemary in Time wasn't all bad, but it conjured images of Temerian cuisine served by waitresses in peasant garb. Chameleon's a lot better for a cabaret, apart
Alright,
from
I'll
which
give
it
him that.
emphasizes that the place has undergone a transformation. Just a better ring to it all round.
Why do the people inside all look wet?
What about choreography? Prepared anything special for the opening?
We haven't. But Polly has. She's priceless. Came in and brought the girls in line before I could say knickers.
Well, that is what you got her
Audience
for,
on their
right?
feet, on their knees, both at the same time.
Interesting concept.
Guess everything's ready. So when's the opening?
Soon. We start our dress rehearsal in an hour. I just need to nip back home for my dress.
Thanks for everything.
Don't mention it.
Yeah, Dandelion and Priscilla in that scene looked like they were.
Seems my cabaret dreams
listening.
are about to come true. So, around to celebrate? I'm buying.
Still good, you're eating some pot roast. Asking Sassy if she's working on her computer or on her phone again. I've never been the biggest pot roast fan. I'm weird like that. Yeah, I figured you meant pot roast. Computer is working right now. We'll switch the phone if craps out again. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't. Why not?
Why not?
That's my boy. The foreman mentioned he saw you and Priscilla talking,
He's all right.
and she say anything about me?
She said you had a massive ego. She did actually praise his rationality.
She said something that made me think she's not entirely normal.
What?
That you're responsible, got your feet planted firmly on the ground.
You're pulling my leg.
No, she did
Not
say it.
this time.
You would think you would look happy about that,
One
not
thing's
all
eating
unhappy.
me. How do you manage to get the loan from Sophronia?
Ugh, wasn't easy. She got so excited about our performance, I had to read to her for 4 hours. 4 hours from the Cloak and the Dagger.
You mean you didn't...
Are you crazy? Who do you think I am?
A philandering bard?
She's late, of course. She knew how important this night was to me.
Of course she did. Probably just making herself gorgeous. Takes time, you know.
So it's
Yes,
true.
I'm sure.
A woman's vanity knows no bounds.
Master Dandelion!
Of course there's a problem. Nothing can ever just go
What?
easily.
Speak, man.
It's like real
She's
life.
badly, been attacked. They took her to Valmerius
Not
Hospital.
extreme, but
Attacked? She's hurt? Geralt, come with me, please.
Of course, let's go.
Gods. Priscilla. Is she gonna live?
I'd say that's certain. Her condition's critical but stable. Beg your pardon, but you are a relative?
Relative? No, a friend. A very close friend.
Dandelion, correct? She uttered the name in her few moments of lucidity. I am Joachim von Gratz, head of surgery. Until recently, a lecturer at Oxenfurt Academy.
Enough of the courtesies. What are her injuries, besides her eye?
A concussion, cranial swelling, incision into her larynx, and scalding inside the throat and esophagus. Clearly someone forced her to imbibe a caustic fluid.
clearly.
So this was no ordinary attack, no robbery.
Clearly not. It was the act of a demented mind, and not its first.
How can you know that?
I've seen wounds like this. They're not the kind one would forget, don't you agree? In fact, just this week a corpse turned up in the morgue with similar injuries. And no heart.
No heart?
What?
You mean that might have happened to Priscilla? Is someone looking into this?
There's
This
about
is
to be.
Novigrad. Only the innocent burn here.
Geralt, I know I owe you 100 times over, but I need to ask you another favor.
You got it.
Find the bastard who did this. Find him. And kill him.
Don't need any convincing. Come on, Dandelion. Let's think about what we can do.
I would suggest examining the previous victim's corpse. It has yet to be autopsied. Doing so could very well provide some
It's
clues.
unusually helpful.
No need to look astonished, gentlemen. As a surgeon, I know the importance of preventive medicine. Rather than wait for this maniac to strike again, I'd prefer to excise him. Not unlike a tumor.
Fair enough.
Great analogy, but this tumor's not gonna sit there, wait to be excised. Appreciate the help,
probably
but I
not.
doubt you know what you're getting yourself into.
I know perfectly well, and I assure you I can take care of myself.
Easy assurance to make, harder to back up. especially if you've spent your whole life wielding a scalpel, not a sword.
Look at this scar.
I was about to say he's
Don't
got
be
something
shy.
gnarly on the back of his
Any
neck.
idea what leaves such a mark?
A flail. Morningstar, maybe.
What do you think? A blow sustained at the operating table? No? Let me repeat.
Yes, you went to a
I
pretty
know
hellish
what I'm
medical
doing,
school.
and I wish to help.
Guess you wouldn't forget anything that way.
Think they'll let me into the morgue?
By the main entrance, certainly not. But you can also get inside through the sewers.
The sewers. Travel them often, Doctor?
As often as required for, the pursuit of preventive medicine.
Alternative treatments. Aggressive ones, I'm guessing. Interesting.
We can discuss this
indeed.
en route. Are you ready?
Oh, you're coming with me. I guess I'll go now. There's no point doing the join later.
Ready and
so.
intrigued. I'll get whoever
Great,
did
back
this
to our
Dandelion,
conversation
even
on
if it's
Discord
Hierarch Camelford
earlier.
himself.
It's looking
Thanks.
more and more likely that you would have won that bet had I decided
You
to
lead.
make one. And so I didn't make it. I mean, it's still early, we'll see. But
So, preventive medicine you practice in the sewers. What's that about?
Think. Sewing up drama victims can grow awfully tedious. Is it not better to nip the problem in the bud? I tried to get the temple guard to enter the sewers, alas, to no avail. So I'm here about it.
Been hearing it for a while. Draw your weapon.
I was like, why aren't my Witcher senses activating? But it's not gonna let me loot right now anyway. I'm rusty.
But of course. Yes? What is it?
But of course, what?
Geralt!
That stinks.
Flipping water hags, I do hate them. Okay. Before we venture on further, my good man, we want to go back and actually get the stuff that's me. Which was not all that worthwhile. My last trip into the sewer was very beneficial. What are you shooting at? Are you really shooting at them that far ahead? He does not seem to be doing anything, my good doctor.
Priscilla, how's it look? Give it to me straight, no sugarcoating.
Her wounds will heal, but it's her voice that concerns me. Surely you understand what a terrible blow that would be to a Troberet. Enough to strip her of the will to live.
Any remedy for that?
I fear only your friend Dandelion can be of help on that count.
How so? Assuming it's more of an emotional reference. Be with you in a moment, Doctor. Alright. See what other kind of trouble we can get ourselves into, my good man.
Take the ladder.
Oh good, because you'll be honest, you don't have the 5 rounds of 9. Well, I knew that when you said it.
This is the place. Come, the quicker we take care of this, the better.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us. The coroner, for example. Or Reverend Nathaniel Pastodi. Very well. We seek the corpse of a dwarven woodcarver.
Alright, in we go.
Human. Wrong body type.
That was kind of obvious just by the height. I need to go examine, but... Also
Looks like
for that-
necrophages got to this one.
So more over here. Assuming. Find out in just a moment. Are indeed.
This isn't it.
Nope, that was obvious also, but... Sometimes you just gotta let Geralt state the obvious to move things along.
Human. Wrong body type. Let's keep looking.
Through this door, perhaps?
That's gotta be him.
This one's a she. Remember, beards are no indicator of gender amongst dwarves.
Interesting point.
A dwarf, but the hands. Not a carpenter's. A banker's, more likely.
Interesting that
Calluses
all
on
the
the
dwarves
fingers,
seem to be in
sawdust
this
in the
room.
beard,
Dwarves.
clothes sticky with sap. Must be our dwarf.
Excellent. I trust you don't grow weak in the knees at the sight of blood.
Not a bit.
Bard
Start
gore.
the autopsy.
Where?
There you go. She can go making Dan Vask proud.
Let's look at his head.
Still hasn't emailed
Hair
me
smells
back.
like it's
Not
burnt.
surprised, really.
Like he was in a fire.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out, for instance?
Those burn marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes. And some grey
Bear
dust.
with me, gonna take a few
Ash,
bites.
It seems very fine.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the sockets.
So it seems. Looking at the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was still alive when it happened.
Let's examine the mouth. Burns, blisters.
Just like Priscilla's.
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Indeed, so thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
A small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel.
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling. The murderer... I believe he performed a tracheotomy, so the victim wouldn't die too soon.
Well, we would definitely be dealing with a sadist. I mean, that was obvious by the general MO we already knew, but still.
Let's examine his torso.
What have we here? Deep wound on the left side of his rib cage, and a scar the length of his stomach.
What's a scary idea for a monster?
Let's examine the chest wound. Yeah, heart carved out, wound cauterized.
Wait a minute, there's something else.
A corpse staggering towards you with burning coals in its eye sockets, a ragged wheezing moan escaping from its ragged throat. Yeah. It would be like a demonically possessed zombie, which would be
An egg from an
threatening as
amphibian.
hell.
A salamander? Scorched but intact.
I attended some lectures in herpetology as a student. Afraid I don't recall any amphibians that would lay eggs in corpses. So either Professor Cochrane was deeply mistaken, or this is our murderer's doing.
But why?
Look at the scar. Wounds
Serial
long and
killers
thin.
are so weird.
An incision, but the edges are ragged.
Means nothing. Look, no swelling, no bruises. An old injury, perhaps an accident in the workplace.
Weird's the wrong way to say it. Complex. They're very complex.
Open the abdominal cavity.
Due warning, it will stink of rot.
Once fought a Zoogle up to my waist in sewage, so I doubt... Wait. Smells not rot.
Formaldehyde. A medical novelty. Heavily diluted, it's remarkable at preserving organic tissue. In stronger proportions, it's more destructive than acid.
I guess we've got our
Explains why there's no
caustic
smell of
fluid
decay,
that,
and why his throat's scalded.
Yep. You're making him drink the formaldehyde, so it's not acid.
Look at his hands. These welts. Rope burns, right? He was tied up.
I'd expect so. No one could sit through such torture unless bound.
Speaking from experience.
Yes, that of a victim. Spent a year in the dungeons of Tretogor. Long story.
Some other time, maybe. See the callus? Our dwarf wore a ring, but someone took it off him. See anything interesting on his legs?
His right foot. The ankle swollen. Toenails broken. He clearly kicked something very hard. Right before he kicked the bucket.
Doesn't strike me as the right time for jokes.
Apologies. We
I
surgeons...
mean, it kind of does.
We've a different sensibility.
Mm-hmm. And a different sense of humor.
Kind of have to.
His genitals. We ought to inspect those.
I sincerely doubt they bear any relation to the matter.
We'll see. Pull down his trousers and... shit.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages. No sign of diffusion.
Think there could be a connection?
No.
Only as the killer's potential motivation.
All right. Think I know enough.
Didn't expect
Enlighten
that.
me, please, because I've still no notion what this is about. What the motive might have been.
It's some kind of sick ritual. You saw it. Burns in the eye sockets, cavity where the heart should
Ritual
be,
and motivated at the
scalding
same
liquid,
time, I think.
all centering on warmth, heat,
Again, serial
fire.
killer.
A fire eternal.
It's a lead worth following. Any idea what his name was?
Fabian Meyer. And I'm Hubert Reich, the coroner. I've come to perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always,
Dun,
you
dun, dun.
interfere where you're neither needed nor wanted. Drag others into trouble in the process. Who is this?
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come by for an inspection. He'll be here shortly.
You old friends?
Hubert taught me the rudiments of medicine. Long ago.
And not very well. You've still not mastered certain basic principles. For example, that a doctor's role is to treat the ill, not save the world.
You've not changed a bit.
He looks a little
A
young to
compliment?
be the teacher.
No, a statement of fact. 30 years, and you've not changed a bit.
Doesn't look like he's more than 40, so what was he teaching when he was 10?
Woodcarver's body. Where was it found? It's important.
Plan to investigate? Exciting. He died in his workshop south of the market square, just beside the gate to Far Corners. That poor Trebirates was attacked there. City's abuzz about it. But the woodcarver, Eustace the corpse collector, brought us the body. You should speak to him. Saw him just around the corner near... Oh, greetings, your reverence.
Who are these people? I believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in under any circumstances.
You did, but they're friends of the deceased. Here to collect the body.
Interesting, he's
Out of the
covering
question.
for me.
Show them out at
Us.
once.
Even though he doesn't
As
like
your
us,
reverence
or at
wishes.
least doesn't like the other doctor.
Gentlemen, follow me. You shall leave via another
Seems
route.
somewhat neutral toward me thus far. Actually, cordial.
Why'd you
toward
cover
me.
for us?
I was covering my own arse. If Reverend Nathaniel had learned someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep trouble. But you didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever. Well, while I don't approve of your willfulness, I also wish to see this murderer hang. So, should I learn anything new related to this case, I will let you know.
Thank you, because your
Thank you.
ass covering helped us, and you're trying to be helpful a little bit, so cool, thanks. Kind of a dick, but I'll take it. The Doogie Howser of Novigrad, yeah, no kidding. Although with lifespans as they probably were back then, that might be equivalent. A 10-year-old.
Nathaniel. Who is he?
A scoundrel. A rogue. Like every man who wears the robes of the eternal fire.
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on the robes.
True in his case as well. Before he donned the frock, Nathaniel was a torturer. Delighted especially in torturing women. Later, Hierarch Hemmelfart appointed him to oversee the morgue. He deals with the temple guard, supervises cremations, conducts funeral masses in the temple on the Isle, and so forth.
Dream job.
Might be for him. At least it keeps him from torturing people.
Might have told me you know the coroner. We could have skipped the trip through the sewers.
I know him, thus I avoid him. I've said enough on the subject.
I do actually want to know more, so I'm gonna...
I decide when we're done with this subject. What's your connection to him?
An old story, but if you insist. The student protests in 1242, you've heard of them? I led them. Hubert, however, denounced me to the authorities. I landed in prison. There you have it. What will you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him, alley where Priscilla was attacked. Got work to do.
Are we not going to mention the discrepancy in age between the two and
but
such?
I shall keep my fingers crossed.
And I'll keep my eye on you.
I mean, Geralt notices every other flippin' thing in the world. Almost literally. It's everything I didn't loot. Just out of curiosity. Ah, there it is. Well, I'm here. May as well. Now it wants me to head to Skellige again. Oh, I found the hotkey for meditation. I don't need it at the moment, but happy to have found it. I should start spending more of my skill points. Probably on upgrading. He was a night shift doctor. They say third shift ages you, but he's 34 and looks great. You know, I've aged a lot more since I stopped working third shift, although it could be, you know, the difference between late 20s and late 30s, you know. 10 years does make a big difference, and it was, you know, I'm aging in my 10 years into my 30s instead of into my 20s, so where the age starts to show more. Whereas someone has said, I'm more distinguished, as my facial hair would reflect in its ever-changing colors. Go with distinguished, it sounds better. I'm actually not really self-conscious about my age anymore. Alright, so back to what we were doing. Cardinals. Yeah, okay, this one. Investigate the alley. Okay. Guess we'll start having the place where the woodcarver died. Find Eustace the corpse collector. Seems to make the most sense to do the freshest deed first. Watching, you know, police shows told me anything. Oh, I still have to get those. Alright, that's what we're gonna do. Which conveniently is right here. I like it when that happens. So often the opposite of the case.
Sick of it all.
Hey, you.
Probably some more exposure to the sun factors in. Probably factors in to a degree, although basically a vampire, I don't go outside unless I have to. Then these days.
No
I think
bread,
we
no
have to.
coin, all is shite.
I mean, never, but
When suddenly, up he pops and heals me.
what's this?
Next thing I know, I'm bankrupt, with no means to earn me livelihood.
Bad luck, that.
Okay, how do I get in there?
Anyone home?
Begone, or I'll sick me hounds on you. Molly, Striga, come!
Relax. I'm here about Fabian Meyer, looking for
this
his
must
killer.
be the
That's altogether different.
dwarf's place.
Sit, you stupid
okay.
mutts, lie down. Come on then. Slowly now, lest they bite you.
See?
Charming as beasts go.
You daft? Even I'm scared of them. A better barking dog than an evil man at your door.
Got someone
That's
particular in mind?
Sure as shite. Bugger who did Fabian in. Soon as they'd hauled his corpse off, I ran to a mate who raises fighting dogs. Bought these 2 mutts. Cost me a chunk of change. But I sleep sound at least.
It's fair, I can't really fault him there.
So who might you be?
The Stiff's brother. Gus is the name. We ran a workshop together. Meyer and Meyer.
What'll it be now? Just Meyer?
Name it. I'll be closing it down now. As soon as I find a buyer for this shack, I'll head on to Mahakam. Be near my family or what's left of it. So,
Makes sense.
what do you want to know? What can I tell you about Fabian?
In this state, yeah, it is a reasonable and pragmatic approach. That's why I said these days. I mean, prior to pandemic and all, I went outside. I went out more. I mean, I was still a homebody, but
Tell me what you know about the murder, in order, in detail.
'Twas like this. Had some work in Oxenford, and I was coming home. Saw a plume of smoke rising over the city. Thought to myself, blast it, gonna miss and burn another hag. But the smoke wasn't coming from Hierarch Square. It was coming from here. See the soot stains? That's where they burned our sculptures.
I don't really
Folk
like him that
gathered round the
much.
blaze and found Fabian here beside it. They'd already loaded him on the cart by the time I arrived.
Talk to your neighbors. They see anything suspicious beforehand? Hear anything?
Claimed not to. But even if they had, they'd not have helped. In Novigrad, folk give bleeding orphans in the street a wide berth so as not to stain their poor lanes. What do they care about some dwarf?
Yeah, so you'd think you'd be more sympathetic to the witches getting burned, not being a douche about it, wanting to watch them burn.
Your brother have any enemies? Anyone dislike him? Threaten him, maybe?
My humble.
'Twas Fabian who threatened this one lass. Oh, you were a good dwarf, a craftsman like no other. But you were an incorrigible whoremonger as well. Whenever we put a bit of coin aside, I'd say, let's buy some tools, quality timber. No, he'd grab the purse and head out whoring. Took to following one in particular. He'd say, "'Tis all your fault, dirty bitch, human dish rag," and other obscenities. Don't rightly know what that was about. Maybe he was in love with her.
Know where I can find her, this
Interesting
dish rag?
Conclusion to
City
draw
cemetery.
from that, really?
She died a few days back, quietly in her sleep. Her pont said a fever took her.
Okay.
Fine, we've talked enough. Need to look around.
Be my guest. Just beware of the dogs.
Hey, I'm not horribly worried about the dogs.
Statues of the old gods. Nothing but women. Shapely ones.
Concerned Citizen's Sermon, another one of these. We haven't come across another one of these in a while. Remember, good people, that fire can be both a blessing and a curse. Fire can warm with its flames, fire can prepare our nourishment, fire can drive off the horrors in the dark. Yet fire can also scorch, burn, and incinerate. That's why we must live in harmony with eternal fire and its commandments. Whoever fails to heed its lessons, whoever lives in ignorance of it, whoever mocks it, the same shall lose his life in its flames. Take my counsel to heart, good people, or you will reap the consequences of your deeds. Alright. What's this one? Script bandit with feeling threatened to war. I don't know why it still had that one an exclamation mark. We already did it.
Bloodstains.
That's where Fabian lay when they found him.
Anything else before I see if he'll give me the key? Don't need to get anything.
Aye.
Had a look at your sculptures.
And? Lifelike, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. The women especially. Never seen a bust that size on Melitele.
Oh, aye. Fabian's handiwork. I told him, brother, tits like that will crush her back. Whittle him down. He said, nay, they'd sell better this way. Told me to shut me trap. And sell they did. Till one sermon at the temple, and the celebrating reverend said that whoso buys idols from the non-human Myers sins twofold, as a heretic and as a lecher. That was the end of that.
That would be the end of that.
Fine, we've talked enough. Need to look around.
Be my guest. Just beware of the dogs.
Murderer dragged something across the floor. Statues. Or dragged it from one wall to the other, repeatedly. Mind if I go inside the workshop?
I've not even peeked inside since they found Fabian. But I'll open it for you if you want.
Could just give me the key and not have to, you know, even walk to the door. Certainly don't have to come in if you don't. Ah, okay. Not sure what that was all about.
More bloodstains, but not near enough to say he bled to death. Unless somebody got rid of the blood. Left a few stains behind.
Interesting.
Formaldehyde. Doubt Fabian used it.
Nope. Would not think so.
Furniture got knocked over. This looks like it was kicked.
It does. That's it. Seems like an odd thing to be the last thing to find in here to trigger the quest progressing.
Eyes. Humanoid. Completely rotten. Nothing interesting.
So, removed the eyes, but did not take the eyes as a trophy. That's unusual. Well, it's significant, but it's highly unusual. Now we shall investigate the alley.
Awful pale.
See what we can find. Aw.
You scared?
A brazier. This time of year? I know that smell. Formaldehyde.
Sis, that him?
How am I to know? Watch him, see what he does.
Fucking come on!
Why am I being attacked by these people?
Try them, prick. Listen.
It's annoying that it won't let me ard them.
Where do you think you're going? That's it.
There we go. Eye for an eye, what? I didn't do anything to you people.
Think you'll gut me too, huh? Up your ass, deviant! Hoes can fight back!
What?
Calm down, I'm not gonna hurt you. What are you doing here?
Getting vengeance. Well, why are you staring? Have you not heard killers always return to the scene of their crime? Me and my brothers are waiting here to give him a warm welcome. For Priscilla. Almost did her in the whole sun.
Shouldn't you make sure it's the killer?
Here to look for clues and find anyone who might know something.
Fear I can't help you much. But I can tell you what I know.
That would be helpful. Opposed to having your brothers attack me.
You and Priscilla friends?
Friends?
Because that's
Nah.
not really helpful to the
But she
investigation.
saw more than a stupid whore in me. Treated me with respect. It mattered. I was looking to give up whoring. Pick up a decent trade. But none would take me. Not as a washerwoman, nor a servant, nor a cook. Felt like a leper, I did. But Priscilla, she was different.
Agreed to put me in her play, you see. Lots of the other actors, they were afraid on account of her jesting about the eternal fire. Whistling Wendy on stage, can you imagine it? Well, dream's gone now. I'm back to working street corners.
Sorry to hear that.
You could do worse as work goes. Or so I tell myself.
I mean, you probably could do worse.
Priscilla wasn't the sole victim. You aware of that?
Oh, dearie. Course I was. This didn't start yesterday. Others have died like this before. Beggars, street girls, orphans. But who'd have a drama concern about them? Human rubbish. It's what the guards call us.
Recall any names?
They didn't have proper ones. Baldy, curly, buns. That's what
Buns.
folk called them. No friends, no families. Their bodies were burned long ago.
That's unfortunate.
Take care now. I gotta look around some more. Appreciate it if you didn't disturb me.
Naturally, we'll stand aside, behave. But do tell us if you find anything else here.
Cool, so no more trying to beat me up while I investigate. That would be nice.
Man's footprint. The murderers, maybe.
Yeah, it would depend on the
William's heel.
clientele. It would
Took a step
depend
back.
on
Human.
the person
Priscilla's.
doing it and whether or not they enjoyed that work in and of itself or not. Yeah, Novigrad
Murderer
is probably
fled
not too
before the
many
guards
worse
arrived.
jobs.
Ran this way.
There are probably
Trail ends
worse
here.
ones, but not that many.
Strange. Even I couldn't jump this wall.
Yeah, Geralt, that's because we can't jump anything. Jump is about as well as I do. I have a negative vertical leap. Another concerned citizen sermon. Remember, good people, the light cast by the fire dispels every darkness, reveals each lie, exposes every unworthy and debauched soul. Not even shape-shifting Dopplers can hide from its light, not even witches and sorceresses so adept at fooling the common folk. Not the loose women who walk the street and fog men's minds with their charms. Abandon then the treacherous and immortal magic arcane. Cover your bodies in modesty and provoke no unclean thoughts. And the eternal fire will expose you for all monsters and sinners. Will expose for you all monsters and sinners, or else burn you too in its flames. Certain citizen. Concerned citizen's quite the zealot.
Got a problem.
I know that
Just
smell.
trying to- I already did
Formaldehyde.
that one. May as well while I'm here. And there are no guards around to come after me for it. I don't worry about it. Alright, good enough. Now to find Eustace the Corpse Collector. You really despise those kinds of people, Puritans in all forms? Yeah. They are not my favorite either, I agree.
Puppy pops and heals me.
I'm very much, do your own thing as long as you're not hurting anybody else by doing so, and it's kind of alright. That is me.
Oi, Witcher! Coroner wants to see you. Been another victim.
Already?
Told me to say the main door will be open for you. You're to come as soon as you can.
Okay. And I'm gonna do what I was here to do in the first place, because I'm here.
Oh!
But then I'll go.
Stop staring at the kids, you're scaring them.
Not staring at the kids, damn it.
You Eustace, the corpse collector?
Aye? How'd you know?
Fourth sense, I think it is. You bring Fabian Meyer's body to the morgue.
Fabian. Oh, yeah, I remember.
You saw the hunchback
No
Notre
eyes,
Dame
no
in a
eye,
foreign
one of them,
age.
right? No purse neither, as I recall.
Seems like as good a reason as any to attribute to it, I suppose.
One of them? So there have been other bodies like that?
Sure have. Beggars, street urchins, and street walkers. One went so portly, I had to cut her into pieces to fit her in me wheelbarrow. Slippery sow, they called her, on account of her.
Oh, that's
Some
one
things
way
are
to
best left
ruin
unsaid.
the autopsy.
What happened to the pieces?
What do you mean? Reverend Nathaniel ordered them burned. Every last one. Oh, shame that was.
Shame? Why? Actually, never mind.
Yeah.
Another thing that's best left
I
unsaid.
kind of want to know, but I don't.
You searched Fabian's body?
Well, I cast an eye in his pockets. Made sure nothing went to waste.
I call a spade a spade. You rob corpses.
Took the
And
words
I
out of my
call a
mouth.
prick a prick. It's none of your fucking concern. What, you a tax collector? Piss off, mutant.
I should go the Axie route here. I really want to go the advise you not to piss me off route. I'm going to. If I regret it, I'll go back in time.
I'd advise you not to anger me, or you'll get an inside tour of the crematory.
Touch me, the guys will be hiding your ass for you can't free.
To save a little shit like you? Doubt it.
And you'll be dead anyway.
They's clever lads, more cleverer than you. They know Eustace, know they want me on their side, 'cause you'll all die one day, and then I'll decide where your body winds up.
Not if I kill you
The
first.
crematorium, or elsewhere.
Talk. What did you find on him?
I had you wish.
I really should have given me the option to just
Rifles,
beat the shit out of
bullets,
him and then make him tell me.
Glass-beaded wing, handful of
And then kill him.
coins, and a letter. Look, vellum, quality parchment that. I'll wipe off the writing and sell it as new.
That's human skin. Priscilla. Next victim's name. If you'd given this to the right person, she might not have been hurt.
What the fuck do I care what happens to some Priscilla? We short of wenches in this town.
Oh, please let me hurt. Yes, thank you.
Oi, fucking hell, what was that for?
For being a piece
For
of shit.
everything.
There's a guard right there. Damn it. I was just gonna kill him anyway, on general principle.
Welcome, Master Witcher.
But don't really feel like dealing with running away from the guard.
Geralt, right? I'm glad you're here. Held off on the autopsy till you arrived.
Nice of
Thoughtful of you.
Especially given you didn't seem pleased about my previous visit.
Because you came unannounced and in unfortunate company. I also had Reverend Nathaniel to contend with. Our spiritual caretaker has left the city on some important matter. And I know who you are, what drives you. I'm more than happy to aid your investigation.
Boy, fucking hell. What was that for? Nah, it probably wasn't that close, but... That was my impersonation of it right off the top. Yes, let's see what you say about your side of this.
Ah, doubtless you've heard how I had the noble leader of the student protesters thrown in prison. But did you hear the protests were far from peaceful, or did he neglect to mention it? People were dying, Witcher. Those who rejected liberty, equality, and fraternity would be found in the gutter come morning. Their throats slit from ear to ear with surgical precision.
Funny story
Joachim
about
had
me in
been my favorite
accents.
student,
I will
but Alas,
telling
I had to do
moment.
something. So I reported him. Then I left the university and found work in the morgue, where none care about my past. Whereas Joachim, oh, fate's ironies. Years later, he was appointed head of the very ward I had founded.
Finally, I can say it. My God.
How old's von Graz? 50? 60?
53, I believe. Why do you ask?
You look a little young to have been his teacher.
Not surprising. For years, I've lived in the cold and dark, breathing the vapors of embalming fluids. In short, working with corpses extends one's life. Amusing, is it not?
I don't think it quite works that way. We don't. Not
Who's
that,
the victim
not
this
to that
time?
extent.
Joris Aquinas, a lecturer in theology at
Something
Oxenford
off
Academy.
about this dude, I feel.
Found this morning at his home on a catafalque made of his books.
Any titles in particular?
It seems all the tomes dealt with the eternal fire. Treatises critical of the faith's doctrines.
Yeah, mortal sin in Novigrad.
Indeed.
Not fond of Nathaniel?
Very few people are. He's cruel and capricious. He stormed in here once, grabbed a scalpel I was sterilizing over a burner, sliced my back with it to the bone, because I had forgotten to lock the storeroom. Hard to be fond of someone like that, wouldn't you agree?
That would be a reason not to like him. Feel like there's missing part of that story, but
Let's
I'm not
start.
sure.
Gladly. The wounds conform to the killer's modus operandi.
Great
The
quote.
victim was bound
great
and forced to
pull.
drink formaldehyde. Next, the killer removed the eyes, placed burning coals in the sockets, then opened the rib cage and... What's this? A parchment made of human skin.
A message from the murderer. The name of his next victim.
Yes, let's get
Patricia
that.
Vegelbud.
That's
Do you
not how
know her?
this works. That's not how
Yes.
any of this works.
Even went to her estate once with... Gotta find her, now.
Went to her estate once with General Voorhees.
Till next time, Master.
If I thought for a second it was him, it would be even funnier, but... Yep, I'm working on it. Track quest. Where's my nearest... Go. Certainly will be a large waste of time to try and run and ride there from here.
Armed ruffians in town.
I will fast travel. And back to the Vegelbuds we go. None of your co-workers get that, Buffy? Seriously? I mean, I'm not surprised that not all of them get it, but...
Be gone, you!
Do I have to talk to the guard? Come in.
Bloody bum!
What do you want?
The one in, you moron.
Need to talk to Patricia Vegelbud.
You think any bum off the street can...
Her life's in danger. Let me in or have her blood on your hands.
If you thought this up, and I'll let you in, I'll throw my arse out the door.
Always thought a guard was supposed to protect
already.
his charge, not his ass.
So be it. I'll take you to Lady Vegelbud. Just no trickery. Understand?
Yeah. If I wanted to kill her, I would just lop off
Oh,
your head.
Geralt, what a pleasant surprise.
Not pleasant at all. I gotta see your mother. Her life's in danger.
In danger? Come now. I saw Mother this morning. She seemed sad, true, but in perfect health.
No time to
Yeah, there's
explain.
really no
Trust
time to
me,
explain.
please.
I find this all very hard to believe, but you appear to be quite serious.
Yeah, shut up and let's
Please,
go.
follow me.
Don't really want her dead.
A fire fit for Bellatane. Except it's the wrong time of year.
I mentioned Mother seemed sad. Do you remember?
Yes.
In fact, she's in the midst of a crisis of faith. A rather serious one. We'd been to Novigrad. Mother had seen the pyres in Hierarch Square, uttered not a word on our way home. She had all the holy books in Sydney's reliquaries gathered, taken outside and burnt. Then she locked herself in her room.
We need to hurry.
It's not shocking. I mean, her son would have been killed by then because he's an alchemist or dabbles with
Calm
it.
and quiet. All seems to be in order.
We should go in, just to be sure.
You're relentless, aren't you?
Yes.
Fine. But wait here, please. Mother's certainly
One
not
of
in
my
the
more
mood for
charming
guests.
qualities.
Oh! He ran out the other door! Catch him!
Well, I guess that would be true. She's in the mood for guests.
Spread out! Murderous Skellige!
Yeah, I'm working on it.
There he is! Get him!
I'm not the murderer, you idiots. Ah. So I did need to be down, for God's sake. Or not. Really have to run around in circles. Get out of my way. I don't want to have to kill you guys. I really don't. I will. Okay, to where am I supposed to chase the murderer? Because where it's telling me to go is just to fight these fools. Fine,
Die, mutants!
Okay.
Halt! For I put a bolt between your eyes!
Listen,
You
you
do
got the
any
wrong
good.
guy.
Save your trickery, taking you to the heiress.
Well, killer's already escaped. Lead the way, hero.
Morons. Was actually trying not to kill them, so
We got him, Lady
I didn't,
Ingrid.
but
Wasn't easy, but
Lower that crossbow before you hurt yourself. This man is innocent.
forgive me.
call him a
I saw him
moron.
running, thought it was the killer fleeing.
I was chasing him, and I'd have caught him if you hadn't gotten in my way.
Out of my sight, at once.
Let me kill him.
Mother, why did he do this to her? Why?
I'm not gonna put it that way because that's rude.
Because she blasphemed the eternal fire. Only thing that ties her to the other victims.
Is.
Ingrid, I know this is a hard time for you, but usually the killer leaves a note on the body. A note indicating his next victim. May I?
Very well. But you should be on your own. I do not wish to see her in this state. I do not wish to remember her like that. And let her be the last victim. Please.
That's the plan, and I wouldn't want to see her in that state either, if I didn't need to. And bear with me just one moment. It's awkward nudity, but it's nudity,
Bruises,
so bear
broken
with me.
fingernails. She defended herself. Must be why it took him longer, and why he almost got caught. Here it is. Sweet Nettie, crippled Kate's. Growing bolder, Not just the name, but the place too. Won't
Seems
get
to
away
want to
this
get
time.
caught. Or he's trying to bait me. He wasn't looking for him. Either way, it's fine. Examine.
Another empty formaldehyde bottle.
No surprise there.
Same wounds as the previous victims. Examination would be a waste of time. Gotta get to crippled Kate's, fast.
Yes, I agree. Alright. There we go, back to normal. And to crippled Kate's we now go. Yeah, it wasn't sexualized nudity in any way, but it was nudity nonetheless, and I'm sure YouTube wouldn't like it, so I went to the safe route and did my Unity filter. But this it is. Actually, all things considered, it's not that bad. I mean, it accomplishes the need. So I really don't see how I could effectively try and blur out just the naked parts themselves. Not during stream. Like, I mean, I could do it in a recorded video and edit it in post, but... And I'm sure there are ways to do it live. I don't know what they are, nor am I going to try. It's not particularly inclined. Yeah, awkward nudity seemed to be the best way to put it, really. I've hit that message board before, that's weird. Well, Portside Gate seems to be my best and most direct route to Triple Case. Sorry, I didn't mean to run into you. It literally spawned me on top of you.
Scab.
You must sweat
This
like
is
a
Novigrad.
These people I'm not even trying to avoid because they're in my way. And I'm in a hurry. I doubt it matters how long I truly take to get here, and it'll just, you know, end up the same no matter what. And it gives us a sense of urgency, so I'm going to act as such. Oh, wrong place.
Sweet Nettie, where is she?
Upstairs. But she's with a very important client. Do not disturb them.
Oh, okay, you want to play Gwen?
I'd give you a discount for heroic deeds, but the madam, well, you know. Do you have to pay much?
Black ones,
Was it worth
Dandelions.
taking the type to that meadow?
As long as they pay.
Can't be bothered.
There we go.
No one will hear you, bitch. Not a soul.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
You, though?
Damn it.
Hell, I'll hear you in a minute.
Well, that sucks.
Yet again you disturb me, and I so dislike being disturbed. I was to play with sweet Nettie, render her not so sweet, but I shall see to you first.
Try it, you bastard.
So I'm fighting... I don't think that's the way I wanted it to go, really. So game... 50... I'm gonna do that slightly differently.
But finding me
So what we
proved no
walked in on that I was so
sacrifice.
furiously
For
trying to
having
get off
fallen
screen
afoul of
was the
Novigrad's
Reverend
underworld
Nathaniel,
bosses,
whatever.
I disappeared. Yet Geralt soon
Had the
discovered my whereabouts. A cell in the dungeon of the Temple
lady
Guard.
tied up,
With the help of
naked,
our friends, Geralt managed to free
gagged, and
her. Good
was
thing,
torturing her in one way or
Indeed,
another.
I knew what had happened to Ciri.
didn't see it all that closely because I was more trying to get it off the screen.
Pursued by bandits, then cornered by the temple guard.
I thought you would like that, Gray. Figured I'd get a chuckle out of you guys. Out of at least you for that, possibly Buffy too, but
Sweet
that one
Nettie,
was aimed
where
at
is she?
you.
Upstairs. But she's with a very important client. Do not disturb them.
And yes, I know the nudity filter's still on because there's about to be the same nudity again, and well, learned from the last time. It's a good thing I'm not monetized at the moment.
No one will hear you, bitch. Not a soul.
You, though? Whole town will hear you in a minute.
Yet again you disturb me, and I so dislike being disturbed. I was to play with sweet Nettie, render her not so sweet, but I shall see to you first.
Yeah, just like that, no
What,
formaldehyde.
no foreplay? No formaldehyde? Coals in my eye sockets?
What the fuck are you on about?
Murder. You killed Fabian Meyer, Patricia Vegelbud, and many others.
Yeah.
Bollocks. You're mistaken, vagrant.
Am I?
Found a message on Patricia's body. Led me here to crippled Kate's. To sweet Nettie. If you didn't leave it, who did?
I don't know, but I see we must talk.
Yes.
Calmly.
Who knew you'd be
Slow your
here?
roll before
Strangely
I
enough,
gut you.
I don't announce these outings far and wide. There's but one man who... That's impossible. He treats even corpses with kid gloves.
The coroner. Said you were busy, that you wouldn't visit the morgue. Gotta go after him.
Go. But to Warehouse 12 at the docks. He's there this time of day procuring supplies. Formaldehyde. I shall stay here.
Seems fitting.
I've unfinished business with sweet Nettie. After all, I paid in advance.
They're weird. Yeah, not gonna stand for that.
You'll untie her, drop your coin pouch on the table, then leave here and never come back.
Yes, I will.
Good boy.
Seemed to be the best way to do it.
Are you alright?
She's still got the... Okay, so I can't untie her or ungag her. But I can hit
Welcome.
talk to her and she talks even though she's gagged. That's good. Now off with the nudity filter. I guess I don't know how much it matters having it on at that point since there were a few seconds of the glimpse on screen, but
Black ones, Bredanians.
I don't know
Long
how
as they
YouTube
pay.
rates these things.
How about a
In the end.
You mean me to grab another lass?
People, help me! Guys, you gotta take risks.
What do exactly?
Plan of fuck. Let's go. Quick.
What the hell's going on?
I have no choice.
Wanted, 3 bandits in possession of magic contraband. Objects are dangerous. Banned to be destroyed immediately. Lessee known as the Fox, hiding on Temple Isle near the bridge. Fritz hiding near the Crooked House. Walter last seen in the Lance Halls near the Putrid Grove. Bandits are to be apprehended, or if they resist, killed where they stand. We read that one actually. And that one already. Is everyone else still screaming? I guess they're just screaming at the violence still.
What is it?
So it gave me a key to this place. Nothing in here. That's weird. Now to go see to the coroner. Yeah, I knew something was off about this prick. Oh god, is Hattori gonna be here?
Believe me when I tell her.
Oh good, he's not trying to talk to me this time.
Double chance.
Got a big gub brewing.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop.
Yeah, I knew this coroner couldn't be as righteous as he seemed.
Run out of formaldehyde.
I underestimated you. You almost caught me in flagrante delicto. Now you've seen through my bluff with Nathaniel.
Yes.
Although, you've not divined all, I see. Had you, you would have drawn your silver sword.
Yep, knew he looked too young for...
What are you?
A vampire. Higher, of course.
Interesting. So why were
Got a
you...
reason for killing? A reason to torture?
Yeah.
I thought you'd figure that out as well. The symbolism's rather obvious. Coals for those who are blind to the fire. The egg of a salamander born of fire to replace their cold, doubting hearts. Fire down the throat that...
Yeah, symbolism's clear. What's not is why a vampire would kill in the name of the eternal fire.
Yeah.
Should be equally obvious. I concur with the Church's diagnosis. Novigrad is a fallen city. Its population amnesiacs to the very concepts of decency and morality. So I decided to remind them, in a manner they'd be certain to notice.
But at the same time, the Church of the Eternal Fire would kill you simply for being a vampire. I did appreciate the in flagrante delicto. I actually did appreciate it a great deal. He is out of his fucking mind. Twisted logic. There are definitely other ways.
Tortured logic.
Yet logic, nonetheless. I'm glad you perceived that, at least. Fight fire with fire, as they say. Give a thought to my victims. A lecherous woodcarver who'd spend his last copper on whores. An old countess who defiled symbols of the faith. A Trebirates for whom nothing was sacred, nothing above ridicule. They did not deserve to live. But their deaths could be a lesson to others. Awaken them, scare them onto the correct path, the path to the fire, to cleansing, to salvation.
No, you're correct. You can't reason with a crazy person.
I'm afraid it's too late. You are a man of little faith. I sense this.
But I'm
do
pretty
you find
good
my
with a
lack of
sword.
faith disturbing?
Pretty good. Might not cut it.
Oh, I think it will. You Speaking of, may as well prepare appropriately. Witcher's blood conjures and knocks back vampires. And vampire oil. Yeah. You don't like it. I'll say it fair, Geralt. How do you like that silver? Although I do want to take a... Okay. Get back into the likes. I do actually want to take a moment to appreciate, like, how good he looks. I mean, he's hitting. You kind of see it when I was kicking his ass there, not so much while he's... You kind of see the detail in him, although it's hard to actually catch. I think I hate this guy so much because he's, on top of it all, just a wild hypocrite. I mean, there's plenty of reasons to hate him apart from that, but... And now to talk to Dandelion. After I loot the warehouse, naturally. What is this? Oh, another one. At least this should be the last one. Remember, dear people, that a fire once lit cannot be stopped, that it consumes everything in its path and only ceases to rage once all has been turned to ash. Men cannot flee this element, and if they bow before it, if they let it into their hearts, they too turn to ash. Search then your conscience and live in accordance with the church's dictates before the time for penance has passed. Well, apparently I'm quite the effective fire extinguisher. Because it was lit and I stopped it. Because it was a vampire. And I kill vampires. Not all of them, only the bad ones. Technically I'm a witcher, so by description I would kill all of them, but I don't. We discriminate in a good way. Everything. Oh, there's stuff up there. See, there's a ladder somewhere. Perhaps. Or I can do that. Interesting little door there. Huh. It was kind of worthwhile to make the effort to come up here. I wonder if this one will be equally so. If you remember, he isn't actually a higher vampire. He's close, but higher vampires don't take that form. They are also insanely hard to kill. I think he would be more like a medium vampire. Yeah, we find out, I mean, sort of a spoiler later. We find out later more about higher vampires, and technically they can't be killed, or it's exceedingly hard to kill them. And yeah, he would have been a lot more formidable than that. But I think he's screwed. Tired trying to get up there now. But yeah, I think he's technically he was a higher vampire because he looks like a human versus always being in the other form. And I believe the higher vampires can take that form if they so choose, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember for sure. We'll have to wait till Blood and Wine.
Oh!
That's when we find out about that. Or find out more about that. But yeah, for all of his shit talking, he was not impressive.
So what's it gonna be?
Actually, it wasn't like super duper easy. I just got smart and early on and put on the black blood, so every time he hurt me, it hurt him, and put the oil, vampire oil on, so I was doing a lot more damage, so... In hindsight, perhaps I should have fast traveled closer to Dandelion, but
I've seen this life save daffodils.
it's fine. I'll get there soon enough.
No loitering round here.
Well, he's definitely a vampire because he sucked.
Seems to me
Oh, well played, Gray, well played.
Mind the guards. They're worse than thugs.
My, what a freak.
That he did. I mean, he was level 16, I'm level... Okay, so I'm 4 levels above him, so I'm not like... I'm a bit over-leveled for it, but it's not like I was fighting a level, 10 or something.
Our world will burn! Burn in the eternal fire!
That guy's voice reminds the Eternal Fire guy. Yeah, was yelling in the background as we ran by. Reminds me of someone from like a character from a movie or something. I just can't really think of who it is.
Terrible times.
So here we go, and up here we go. Dandelion we go.
How's
better, right?
We were looking for a symbol pose, but they don't have one. No, they don't, sadly.
Did you take care of what I asked?
Yeah. The Witcher's way.
Thank you, Geralt. For me and
sliced
Priscilla.
and diced. Yeah, definitely not going
Don't
with the
mention
rude
it.
second
Nothing
option.
a friend wouldn't do. She's talking again. Nice surprise.
Isn't it? Professor von Gratz told me her wounds are healing faster than a troll's. Not the most flattering comparison, but encouraging. Maybe she might even sing again someday. For now, we'll try performing as a duo. She'll play the lute, I'll sing. Dandelion and Calinetta. Got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Sounds great. Good luck, Dandelion. On stage and off.
Sorry, Geralt. My throat's still quiet.
Say no more. Get well soon.
Sounds much better than I would have expected.
Yes, Geralt?
Killed your nemesis.
Hubert told me about your past. Even more vivid than I'd assumed.
I've not time for riddles, Geralt. Be straight or be gone.
Any truth to his claim that people died during the riots at the university? Died for your cause?
I was young and stupid. I thought a better future was worth any price. Even a human life or two. But those are past sins. Sins I've atoned for.
Alright.
Why is the university in Oxenford closed?
Because it suits Radovid. You've not heard the story? The rector wished to grant him an honorary doctorate. The faculty disagreed. Nonetheless, Radovid arrived for the ceremony, donned a gown, collected his diploma, and when it was over, imprisoned the deans and the entire academic senate so they wouldn't raise a stink.
Sounds like Radovid.
I've been at Vilmerius Hospital ever since. But perhaps it's for the best. I'm far more adept, scalpel in hand, than I ever was behind a lectern.
There we go.
Know another surgeon from Oxenford Academy. Her name's Shani. Know her? Red hair, cropped short, freckles.
And a hopeless idealist. Naturally, I know her. She was my assistant for a year.
Any idea where she is now?
My gut tells me she's somewhere along the front, patching up pikemen. I told her it would be futile. In the time she saved 100 lives, another 1,000 would be lost. But medics with a mission, you can't argue with them.
Does sound like the idealist.
Found and killed the murderer. It was Hubert. You were right not to trust him. He was a higher vampire.
I thought nothing could surprise me in Novigrad. Seems I was wrong. Deeply wrong. Thank you, Geralt. Were it not for you, this would never have ceased.
Don't mention it.
Farewell.
I stand corrected, Gray. I would have won the bet. Because guess what? It's telling us to go to Skellige, and we're going to. Haha! Only for the last 15 or so episodes has it been telling us to go to Skellige. We're finally gonna do it. Once the GPS actually tells me where to go. Guess I lied about the concerned citizen's sermon. Found another one even though he's dead. Guess they would still be laying there. It's not like his death that automatically erases them from existence on the ground. Wouldn't in reality. In game it often would, although it didn't in this one.
Armed ruffians in town. Scandalous.
Look! Look!
Finally, Buffy. There's another one. Alright, now it's just rubbing it in.
God, a reaper's come for me.
Odd though he is.
Well, last stream I thought about it, but everybody said to go. Really? Another one?
Got swords in his back and picks his teeth with an axe. Barbarians.
But everyone agreed to do the Cabaret quest line first before we went, so we didn't make it last time. But now that we've finished that one, it is time to go to Skellige. I'm actually excited about it because I like Skellige.
Who's captain of this ship?
Looking at her. Aye, her. That's right. I, a woman, am captain. Shocking as shit, I know.
Not really.
Need to get to Skellige.
Not on this boat, you won't.
Pay you well.
The islanders live off plundering the seas. Not willing to risk that.
Fair enough.
Ever sailed there?
Listen, the islanders attack all ships. When they hate someone, Nilfgaard for instance, they attack him more. But truth be told, not much more. Murdered me once. Expect they wanted to see if I had captain's bollocks. That spot of fun gave me enough Skellige for a lifetime.
Her reasoning for not wanting to go is sound. Cannot fault her. I mean, it's annoying, but can't fault her. No, I wouldn't know the sea shanties from that one. Sorry. I tried, it just wasn't on sale on PC. Well, not that would, even if I had been on sale at that time when you were telling me about it, I wouldn't have been able to. I wouldn't have played it yet anyway.
Heathen.
And before we continue to try and find a ride to Skellige, or a sail to Skellige, now seems like a perfect time for the inevitable BRB. So, on that note, I will BRB, leave you with the tune, and I will be back in just a few. And I'm back. Sorry about that. Needed the facilities, and also once again needed to get some heat out of here for a moment. Time actually made a significant difference in here. Might as well loot what's here. Alright, where's the captain? Mon Capitan. Hmm?
Can it get any worse?
I guess there's no one to talk to, and just... that's that. Okay, well, I know for a fact there is one that's willing to take me to Skellige. I didn't remember which of the three. Had I probably would have just gone there first.
Looking to make some coins, eh?
One glance tells me all I need to know.
You just realized as a mod you can remove comments. You could have been talking smack and I wouldn't have even known. Huh. Interesting. I didn't realize. Well, I mean, I knew you could remove things from chat. So yeah, I did know that. I just hadn't really thought about it. Didn't I already talk to this one? No, this is a different one.
Oh!
Ooh. Look. Well, it's a miracle you came back at all. Not all of us did. Like the pirates. What do you want?
Well, they're complaining about Skellige in the background. I can hear it, so I'm guessing they're not going to want to go. But if there is a captain to be asked, I will ask him. Ooh. There he is.
You captain of this tub?
What's it to you?
How much would it cost me to hire this ship?
The Harmony of Nations ain't for hire. Ship's owner's got plans for it.
There anyone in Novigrad who'll take me to Skellige?
You mean anyone here off their gourd?
Sure, whatever you want to say.
Goes by the name of Flask. Ask her the Golden Sturgeon.
His name's Flask.
Man's a sheep bugger, like the Skelligers. Sure, they get along great.
Oh, wait. So one thing that normally annoys me related to this getting this Skellige bit, two things technically. One I'll mention now, one I'm gonna wait a little bit on. There's gonna be a nominal spoiler for something coming up in a few minutes, but the first point is Geralt's been to Skellige plenty of times. Surely I would know how to get there.
You, Wolverston, captain of the Atropos?
So you want to know if I'm Atropos, captain of the Wolverston? No fucking clue, mate.
I need to get to Skellige.
I was looking for a guy named Flask.
We're due to sail for Skellige, carrying grain, but that's hush-hush. Got any coin?
That's steep. I mean, I've got it. It's just damn.
Here, that enough?
Hefty sack, like a bull's. When do we sail?
Hefty sack like
I'm
a
sure
bull's.
you're ready. You can barely stand.
Know this, stranger. Captain Wolverston never sails sober. The sea goes one way, Wolverston the other. Makes the rocking bearable. So, ready to set sail?
Let's go.
Think so.
First, we must drink to the wind, to good fortune, and to the strength of my Atropos.
Okay then.
Anchors away.
That's pretty. He did have some interesting logic as to why he never sails sober. I regret not saving that screenshot. So we'll do that. Why are we being attacked? Damn pirates. Interesting that it left me with my health buff on. Normally anytime there's meditation or sleeping or anything, it gets that as it would as time pass. I'm not complaining, saved me from having to drink another bottle of water, but... Fight off the pirates and... Guess this is what happens when you don't sail sober? So the one thing I'm not sure on your devilish idea from a few minutes ago, Buffy, is whether or not as the streamer account owner I would see the deleted messages and see that they were deleted by a mod.
Back off or I'll kill you.
I don't know.
I'm not afeard of dying.
See, I've landed on Ord Skellige.
How you figure that?
You're wearing Clan on Crate colors. Ord Skellige's their island.
On the Atropos, were you?
Yeah, thought the captain had a deal with you.
With us? Meaning who exactly? Might have arranged something with Lugos, but crack? Nay.
Nah.
Clearly should have, though. Outlander ships aren't welcome in these waters. What about you? What do you seek in Skellige, eh?
Agreed to meet a sorceress here. Yennefer of Vegelbud. She's supposed to be on Ord Skellige.
There's a witch at Kertrolda. Croc's guest. Could be the one you're meeting.
Probably be the one.
That scorn I hear in your voice.
You've good ears. Folks say this witch has got Croc wrapped around her finger. Orders everyone about. Word is she's vicious at it. But a hag's a hag.
That will be Yennefer.
Seen her? Know what the sorceress looks like?
Aye. Wears black and white. If not for her tits, you'd think she was a beached orca. Fact is, even those who see her for a wench would gladly push her out to sea, tits and all.
Interesting he says that, considering she's, you know, hot.
What's your name?
Steingrim.
Well, Steingrim, I don't like you. In fact, I feel like slapping you.
Go ahead, Drifter. You try.
Had enough?
Best finish me now, 'cause you'll be fucked once I catch my breath.
Not so much.
It was a good fight. That's enough for now.
Know the way to Kertrolda?
Expect I'll find it.
Head north. Then turn west towards the bay before you come to the bridge. You'll find the Jarl port site today. Your sorceress ought to be there too.
Thanks. So long.
Buffy, I have not... Oh wait, no, that was Grave. No, I have not seen that meme, but now I'm interested. No, shoot it to me on Discord. I was like, there has to be a way for you to get it to me easily. And yeah, just shoot it to me on Discord. So picking up all kinds of goodies. I'm just not sure how much of it was already mine or... Not all of it, that's for sure. Nope. Enemies. Oh, a chest in the water. Oh, in a place of power. I've forgotten how much crap you collected as soon as you got
draw from it.
Territory, or not Territory, Skellige.
Well, how long you gonna make me wait?
About to finish that one up, and the other one got me. Alright. Got her down anyway. Sirens. They're definitely not in their seductive form at the moment. They're in their monstrous form. Actually, I don't think the sirens in this game have the seductive, attractive human form. Just that one. Makes sense that there'd be goodies all around here. I mean, all the shipwrecks and stuff. Yeah.
Siren Den. Gotta ruin it for them.
Yes, indeed. Boom, boom. Okay, an Echihydra. Echihydra. Come on. I was trying to avoid killing her like that, but not killing her. I was just trying to get her to drop on the boat, so you know, going and looting her will be easier. Enhanced white honey. Looks like I have some alchemy to do here coming up shortly. Among other things. Skellige, it's history and geography. Don't want to read that right now. The lore reading in this game is very interesting. It's just, there's a ton of it, and it's a lot, and it would make for a very boring stream. I do keep threatening to do a reading with Matt. Something. Stream, video, whatever. You can read all the stuff we haven't read yet, but still can't decide if I really want to do that. think we've sufficiently looted everything. That's a good haul. And conveniently, Roach is right here. Make sure there's no monster nests or places of power right around here that we didn't get yet. No. Alright. Let's put that away. I do want to see whatever this is up here first. Never mind, it's just the front of the ship. Oh, let's need to come that way anyway. Get out of the trees, Roach. There we go.
Let's go. Slow now. Faster.
Trying to engage the auto run along the road thing, but it was not working for some reason, hence why I kept running into things. Oh wow, a whole pack of white wolves. Like I'm fighting a bunch of my clones. Well, if nothing else, this should net me a lot of money with all their hides. What do you actually get? Or not? I got one. It's a little annoying. Oh well. No biggie. Now where did the road go? It didn't get off it by much, so... There we go. Alright.
Want to keep an eye on him.
Ready to talk at once, why don't you?
Hey there! Come, take a gander!
Why, I believe I will take a gander. Thank you.
Looking to buy?
Oh, hold on, I need to catch up on chat, my bad. It's funny, but it's not like her permanent room, she's just renting it at the inn. I appreciate the joke, but I can't ignore the logic. I know how that goes. Stupid nationwide site is not working, so I guess you're done for the night. Now to relax and watch the stream on the couch. Ah, there you go. Well, at least you're done with that stuff for the night. It's funny AF meme, show Buffy when you can. Yeah. I'll post it on Twitter or something. Reading is kind of required for control. Yeah, like, I mean, I do it in control, but it's excessive in this game. The world needs too much experience or explanation to ignore it, and it helps to learn the world and figure out secrets. Do you think he uses those same commands as on Yennefer's Roach? There's a riding crop joke in there, for one thing. Plethora of other jokes, and yeah. Yeah, no, Control, you actually have to read it all or you wouldn't know what the hell is going on. This game, you can get by with not reading all of it and just some of it.
Show me your wares.
I mean, I have read all of it on my own. The Lonesome World Guide to Ard Skellige, Guide to Unlock certain fast travel points. Oh, yeah. At least they're not all 300. I mean, they're varying prices, but okay. So that's the same saddle I have. And those are crappy saddlebags. Cool. Alright. So now to get... Oh, he's only giving me 12 for those? This guy's not giving me crap. Selling this stuff. Out of my inventory. 35, 70, 55. He's not giving me much for anything. What about these items? No. Yeah, he doesn't buy much. This is a crappy merchant all around.
So long.
Room's lit. You better now.
And I'm going to say yes to whether or not he uses the same commands on her. I think should kind of be into that.
Come closer, stranger.
Alright, keep going. I almost missed the GPS turn. Well, what was that back there? Okay. Yeah, it's all part of carriage roll. That's what I thought. I just want to double check.
Come on, Roach.
Can't I play today, Dad?
Got to go to the port. Bid farewell to King Bran. It's not clear.
Who'll be king of Skellige now?
Oh, no, that. But the gods will make sure to be one worthy. One before who it will be no shame.
Quest giver? Somewhere?
Sorry to trouble you, but I really have no choice.
That sounds like a happy place to be, Buffy. Wouldn't mind a cup of tea. Although it's really, really hot in here.
What is it?
Our ship was wrecked against the rocky shore during the last storm. I've lost everything.
How am I supposed to help?
I haven't even got the coin for the journey home, and with each day's delay, I draw closer to bankruptcy.
Might have guessed you'd come around to coin. So, need a loan? Or is it just alms you're after?
I shall pay you back every lost copper, I swear it. You need only call on me at my address in Novigrad.
Why not?
Fine, I'll help you. I visit Novigrad often enough. Might stop by, see how business is going.
Thank you. You'll find me in the Port District. My name's Johan Bonner.
See you later then.
Living the good life from the sounds of it. Yep. Couch with the dog, some cup of tea doesn't sound bad at all.
Our time amongst the living is but the wink of an eye. What's left when we are gone?
There we go. Yep, up and going all day. It sounds like you've earned it. For sure.
You need not do this, child.
I know, but I want to.
Who is she and what is she doing specifically? Miss Gray's message, typical Matt luck, get to Skellige and immediately get a quote. Yeah, that is my luck. You're jealous as much as you love this chair, you're craving the couch and the TV as opposed to these monitors.
'Tis madness. Such a young lass.
Erna should be the one going. They shared a bed longer.
Silence. 'Tis her decision.
So I guess his mistress is going to burn with him instead of his actual wife. That's how it seems. Also, pretty wretched custom in general. Why does the wife or whomever female partner have to go along with him and burned? Seems a bit ridiculous. We get to see the alternate outfit for Yennefer.
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm wondering how hers
Nice
looks.
to see you again. The eulogy.
King Bran of Clan Tuirsech
I know, right?
has embarked on his
New
final
lows to
voyage.
Being a side
At its
chick.
end, our glorious ancestors await him. Together they will hunt and raid. They will sit round the fire and praise the deeds of ages past. For now, he lives in our hearts. One day, we too shall stand at his side and face the sea together. That will be a good day.
I like the kind of Viking-esque culture that Skellige, not like it like I would want to live in it, but they do. I think it's cool how they do it. You're jealous as much as you love that chair you're craving. Like, yeah, I agree, and I love my chair too. But sometimes the couch would be nice. And actually, I love this chair a ton for when I'm at work. And it's not bad for gaming, but it's this very different position between work and gaming, so it's not it's still comfortable. But yeah, sometimes I miss the couch and the TV.
You smell wonderful.
Geralt, we're at a funeral.
You smell wonderful at this funeral.
Skellige is its clans. In times of war, tradition holds the clans unite under the leadership of their king. We've bade Bran farewell. Time to pick his successor who will lead us against the Black Ones. The gates of Caer Troll stand open to all who held Bran of Clan Tuirsech dear. Mead and meat will be plentiful. During the wake, those who believe themselves worthy of the crown will step forth.
Curious as to what this option gets me.
Haven't seen each other in 2 years. I want a solitary cottage by the sea. I want to lock myself inside with you. Stay there for a week.
What would we do there for a week?
Got so many ideas.
The one with the rope you use for trophies. That one seems interesting.
Reading my mind again?
What's more, I like what I see.
So there's confirmation that perhaps, yes, he does use the roach commands on Yennefer. Not really.
Did you learn anything in Velen?
Velen. Awful place. Somehow Ciri wound up at the castle of the local ruler, a baron, self-proclaimed. This was after she was injured.
Injured? Was it serious?
Don't think so. Must have recovered because this baron sent her on to Novigrad. Think she was looking for you at the time. These witches Ciri came across, she was lucky to escape them.
Witches?
Creatures more like. Can't say exactly what they are, but they're dangerous. Very. Also ran into an old friend of ours in Velen, Kira.
What on earth is Kira Metz doing in that wasteland?
Hiding from witch hunters. Listen, she told me an elven mage had been there looking for Ciri.
Good. You'll need to tell me more when we have some time.
I have not seen 13th Warrior. I'm guessing I need to write that down and add it to my list. Get out my handy dandy little sticky notes. 13th Warrior. What is it? I mean, obviously a movie or show, but... So yeah, I think I like this outfit, this alternate outfit, better than her original outfit. More her. I dig the leggings, but yeah, just the whole outfit, I like it better.
Been to Novigrad. Ciri was there, looking for a way to lift some curse. She's not there anymore.
You're certain?
Heard it from Dandelion, with no embellishments.
Do you know any more about this curse?
Not much. Ciri ran into some trouble, never finished what she went there to do. I recovered a phylactery. She was looking for a way to enchant it.
It is on the list.
I'll look at it later.
So he's gonna say handy dandy notebook like Steve from Blue's Clues. That would be funny.
Been
I was
to
writing and
Novigrad.
wasn't paying attention.
Ciri was there, looking for a way to lift some curse. She's not there anymore.
You're certain?
Heard it from Dandelion, with no embellishments.
Do you know any more about this curse?
Not much. Ciri ran into some trouble, never finished what she went there to do. I recovered a phylactery. She was looking for a way to enchant it.
I'll look at it later.
We also know the words of the curse. Antonio Banderas plays an Arab scholar who ends up traveling with a group of Vikings who basically go face the Grendel, the threat from Beowulf. Interesting.
How about you? What have you learned?
Something strange happened on Ard Skellige a time ago. A disaster brought about by a burst of magic. Extraordinary, really. Natural anomaly. Never seen anything like it. My intuition tells me Syria was its cause.
As much as I respect your intuition, Yen, we need something specific. Evidence.
I'd know for certain if I was able to inspect the disaster zone. Unfortunately, Ermion and his druids aren't letting anyone near.
Ermion's head of the Skellige Circle? Haven't seen him since...
Since Ciri was a little girl. I doubt he'll do you any favors, not even for old time's sake.
Probably not.
So why won't Ermion let you inspect the area of the anomaly?
Call it a difference of opinion. A large, loud difference. Look, it's Krach.
White Wolf!
Greetings, Krach.
I shall see you at the wake, and I'll not accept any excuses. I've an important matter to discuss with you.
Okay.
Guess our solitary hut will have to wait. Crack on crate someone we want on our side. I shall wear black and white for the feast. I count on you to don something complimentary. Something that doesn't reek of 1,000 hunts.
Yen, you know I can't stand new doublets. Just too tight till you break them in.
And just like Krag, I'll not accept any excuses. We're not here to enjoy ourselves. We've matters to resolve and should dress appropriately. I've rented a room at the inn. Took the liberty of laying out some clothes for you there. You ought to go. Choose something. In the meantime, I've something to attend to. We'll meet at the entrance to the feast hall.
I don't remember her having laid out the clothes. I do very much remember it mattering what I wear. Remember I redid it like 17,000 times. Trying to figure out what it was she actually wanted me to be wearing. Maybe she laid, or maybe I wore what she laid out and it wasn't actually what she wanted me to wear because I was supposed to go buy something. I had a hell of a time figuring out which thing she wanted me to wear because it was less obvious than the complementary black and white.
Wonder if he's as strong as he looks.
Nope, balls.
Keep together! Get the horse
Still in town. Oh well, I'll run away. Oh, roach. That really wasn't too bad a one. What the? No, no, no. It's rather interesting how all that went. Because it led me to a place I don't know that I've been before. A random dude on a cliff with a chest. If I can get back up there. Whoa, that looks... That needs to be taken. Screenshot. Too bad it's so much effort to go. This game doesn't have a photo mode because it's a real bitch to go take all the things off the hood to get a proper picture and put them back on, so I'm not going to. Well, I'm not getting back up there. Water essence. I wonder if I need more water essence or not. There's some good stuff in that chest. If I remember correctly, a lot of the question mark areas of Skellige net a lot of really good armor and swords. I do recall. Alright, so that's down here, so clearly there's a way for me to get back up and out of here. It's not only elements of Beowulf, but it's just a great movie. I highly recommend. Yeah, I'll watch it. I've got it written down the list. Funny enough, I remember not liking reading Beowulf in high school, although I hated my English teacher the year I read it, so perhaps my opinion was tainted by that. And his need to make everything religious, literally everything in his mind related back to religion. But
that's it, Roach.
I never bothered to see the movie. But I oddly remember the book, even though I remember not caring for it. I remember a good deal about it.
Come on, Roach.
Come on, trim it. It's got to be ready in time for the funeral. Or Croc will send us away with Bran.
Night time somebody
I'm
to carry
trying.
If you have
I
tried
do
already.
wonder where they'll
Now they live at the bottom.
On the shore at
River.
dark.
Don't eat so much.
A message board. You remember it, Buffy? That time Matt's describing or the movie. The outfit fiasco took like an hour. Definitely interested. We tried reading it in Old English first. That was fun. We might have. Actually, I think we did read it in Old English, but that kind of thing was never a problem for me. I always had just... the unique ability to understand that kind of thing. Like, I hated it in school because I was always the one that the teacher would call out and no one else could read Shakespeare or interpret what it meant, and then I'd get mad and tell people they were dumb and then say what it meant. Because it annoyed me because I didn't think it was difficult to understand that sort of thing, but everybody else did, and it just annoyed me. But had some crazy ideas back then. The dragon he fought breathed poison fire, that's twisted. I mean, poison fire, that's pretty bad. He also swims like 3 miles underwater and fights monsters the whole way down. That's some serious breath control, I have to say. Betrothal, the youngest daughter of Rudiger the Grey, Yrsa, has accepted the proposal of Lavar of Clan Rockvar. If you wish them well, mention them with kindness in your prayers. If you wish them ill, may the sea swallow your bones. Fair enough. Contract, stolen sword. Olaf, lead guard at Cabaret, would like to make the following known. Someone snuck into the Ancrate armory and stolen the sword of Anculil. The yellow-bellied scoundrel who did the deed was seen leaving the village via the southern gate, heading toward the old fort. Whoever helps recover the sword will receive a reward worthy of his efforts, and whoever helps the thieves, a death worthy of his treachery. Also fair. Contract, Woodland Spirit, another one. Warriors of Skellige. If there's man of ye brave enough to face the Woodland Spirit, the cruel oppressor of the inhabitants of Farland, he'll get a reward that'll keep him in need for a long time. We're not rich, but we've gathered a fair bit of coin between us. Come to Farland and ask for Sven. You read in the Old English and your English teacher would act out scenes all the time. I had teachers that would do that, which sometimes was entertaining, sometimes annoying, depending on how over the top they were and how well they did it. But yeah, the reading in Old English was no problem. You understand Shakespeare, this was too old for you to understand. Your teacher said this is actually the oldest example of the English language. Anything before was still Germanic. I mean, I might have a harder time with that, or have had a harder time with that, rather. Hard to say, but I don't know if we read that version or not. Pretty sure. But again, that stuff always made sense to me, but I'm also the dude that literally scored perfect on the verbal part of the SAT, the reading and everything. It was math that got me. Contract Moyer de Jublin. Craving glory and gold, got a sharp blade and not a fear of death, then come see Jorg, the master boat builder, for he's got work for you. It's the Mir Diablin and Cabaret Bay. They need to be killed, or they've They need to be killed, for they've multiplied and grown so fierce you run them into them every time you leave the harbor. Kill the beasts and you'll become famed throughout all the isles, and your purse will be heavy with gold. Alright? Choit, we Gardenia, and like that's impossible. Okay, that I can't. I didn't realize is that actually what you were reading? I would have no idea how to read that if that's what you were reading. Fair enough. Quit, we Gardenia, and Girdavum, Theodesinga, Grim, Gefruyen, Huda, Eplingas, Ellen, Fremdon. I mean, I have no idea if I'm pronouncing any of that correctly. I'm just taking a wild ass guess at it for the fun of it, but I'm currently taking on pupils for lessons in the playing of Gwent. I shall only teach those who display discipline and a logical mindset and the will to learn. Those with special aptitude are particularly welcome. Pupils must acquire and supply their own decks. I am also seeking more experienced players as partners to provide a challenge and a chance for the mutual improvement of our skills. Ermion Druid. Guess we'll be playing Ermion. Fistfights. Strong as a sea lion, slippery as an eel, and ready to fight against the best. Join our tournament and face the mightiest fists in the Isles. Valrad of Cabaret, Aaron of Faro, and Grim and Arenbjorn. Don't delay, glory and honor are just a fist fight away. Yeah, that's the original text, like I said, the oldest document and what can be considered English. So that's technically what you just put there is considered English? It's cool as hell, but it's far removed from modern English for me to understand. Really neat that the words I'm typing right now evolved from that to the links. It is cool, but I wouldn't consider that English either. It bears absolutely no resemblance to the actual English language. So what's going on with the dead horse here? Kind of strange.
He drank 3 pots of hot stopper, a bottle of rum, and washed it all down with wine. Rose next morn without a murmur and went hunting.
But maybe they were saying what killed the horse, but they're not. Herbalist. Got anything good?
Would you like to buy something from my stash?
Okay, they really made that on the nose.
Maybe. Let me see what you got.
I don't know what drowner pheromones do. I'm not inclined to get it right now. Okay. I'm good on everything there, but I might be able to sell him some goodies. He'll give me 2 for those. Still not that much. 6 for those. 5. How much dwarven spirit do I actually have? I don't have that much of it. I mean, I have a lot of it, but you use a lot of it. Fool's blood, I don't need that much of that. Don't need that many drowner brains. Fine. No, I'm not gonna go for the booze yet. I like menu music that's in this menu. I don't recall hearing this music before. Almost got him cleared out. Yeah. Right. And let me save,
So
and
long.
then we shall play him in Gwent. We're not going to be skipping a bunch of Gwent.
Would you
like I
like
did
to
in
buy
the earlier
something from me
streams, 'cause it then
stash?
came back to bite me in the ass, and it was just annoying. I mean, to be fair, this is like the right flyer of English. Fair enough. Far removed from the 747s we use nowadays, yeah. Yeah, we read a translation of it, we looked at that, but didn't have to try to understand that. I don't think we made it past the first page, but we all gave it a go, and because of that I remember it, so mission accomplished. Oh yeah, we might have done that kind of thing, and, you know, but didn't actually have to try and read it and understand it. I'm actually curious as to the thing I tried to
Let's play cards.
sound out, what it actually
Gwent
said.
wouldn't
I have
be
no
bad.
idea. Hopefully you didn't have me say something truly awful on stream. I mean, to be fair, it'd be kind of funny. Depending on what it was, I mean, it was any of the things that would be really, really bad or things you wouldn't have me say. Anyway. Fair enough. You're useless by yourself. Clear weather is more useful. Of course he did. It's fine, I would have done the same thing if I had a decoy. And of course I got another clear weather card, that's just Oh, it's the first sentence of the poem? Yeah, then I should be safe. Unless I get some, like, BS copyright claim on me or something. I don't think I came anywhere near close enough to pronouncing it for that to be viable. Good lord. You get a lot of spies. I really don't want to go first again. See, my furniture started floating, or so I thought, and then I realized I accidentally bumped the button on my sit-stand desk. You know. No, that didn't happen. I just couldn't resist. More with the dad jokes. I should get rid of the spies. I should despise him. I wish I had had some damn decoys to pull him back and respy him, but yeah. Yeah, that was funny. I guess I'll just go for it on this one. Interesting. I wonder if he doesn't have much that's worth a damn strength-wise left in his deck. You're surprised Buffy didn't boo you based on her name. I expected a Buffy boo. Now you're just on a roll. Also pleased to see it seems that my modifications to the stream elements announcements fixed the problem. So I extended the time on both of them, but also cool. Well, that didn't work out all that well. Yep, I'm screwed. Actually, no, I'm not. I am not screwed. Ha 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 ha. Mwah. Mwah ha 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 ha. Sorry, were he a real person, I'd be talking all kinds of crap because he tried to pull a little trap on me and I trapped him on top of it and it worked out and I'm pleased with myself. Also, just happy I didn't lose, to be fair, because having to redo it would have been annoying. Speaking of, save. I think it automatically saves in that sense. It must be in an artist's home based on all the color. Up there in the paintings. Yeah, they're much more infrequent. Too bad there's never too bad there's not a ever X message setting. That would be ideal.
Cut his paunch open, pulled out his guts, and made him run around the tree till he ran out. My guts.
Yeah, there's not quite an every X messages setting, but there's a... So I can set them on a timer, and then also they'll only play if at least X number of messages have gone in the last 5 minutes. Yeah, irritatingly, there's not just an X number of messages overall. I would prefer that, to be honest. But it's good enough, and again, yeah, I don't think I've seen them go tonight at all, and that's actually kind of okay, because, you know, there's only 2 people in... There's only 2 people chatting, 4 people watching, so... Probably fine that they don't need to be going off and annoying the, you know, 2 people that are chatting with me.
Heed our ways, Drifter.
So, it seems to have worked reasonably well.
Oh, must see the change your demise has wrought.
Can always tweak it a little bit, you know, kind of want an educated guess on what would work well.
Our skulls shall be bare till the new king such upon Skellige.
Glory and honor.
Alright, let's fight.
I want to fight.
Grant, tell me when you're ready.
Yeah, if you could do just every 50 messages posted, I would, but yeah, it's X number of messages in the last 5 minutes.
Tournament rules. What are they?
The fighters are both upstarts seeking to prove their grit and brawn and courage, and old hands just looking to keep the rust at bay. You get similar bouts in Novigrad and Venom, but those are glorified tavern brawls, you ask me. This here's a minor festival.
Alright.
Ready to fight anytime, even now.
Like to have some words with the Outlander first? It's about my Erica. See her? I got a win today. She's watching. I don't stand a chance against you. I know it well. But I was thinking, maybe you'd let me win.
Why is there always one that wants me to let him win? I don't want to throw the fight. To paraphrase Super Troopers, I can't subscribe any further. He can't subscribe any further. He's already subscribed. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I don't need the people already subscribed being beaten to death with it. You already subscribed. You probably already followed me on Twitter if you're on Twitter, or same with Instagram. Then obviously you're subscribed here, and that's it. So. Damn it! Always makes me feel like a jerk.
Listen, if I lose on purpose, we'll both regret it. Believe me.
But it's Erica we're talking about. You don't understand a thing.
Enough of this chatter. Fight!
I do understand a thing. I can't progress to the next fights if I don't beat you.
Lost your nerve?
Keep together!
Although apparently I shouldn't have been fighting him because he's well above my level.
By Hendel's axe! By the rates of Morhog!
I'm not gonna say anything yet.
given me no choice.
I hate it when Geralt throws that unanticipated
The
kick and then
Outlanders
it
won!
botches my block.
Erica, wait!
Let her go.
You've 2 bouts more before you can challenge for the title of Best in Skellige. You've got to defeat Einar, to be found on Faroe, and 1 Grim of Helmstein, a village on Ard Skellige. Good luck to you.
Let her go seems kind of like a harsh response, but at the same time, so yeah, he was a Red Skull, but I took him.
I recognize your type a mile away.
Probably gotten better at the fistfights too, though. But yeah, all things considered, if she's not willing to be with him simply because he lost the fight, I mean, does he really want to be with her?
What did I think of next?
Really somebody you want to be with? Not I. Everybody's gonna lose sometime.
Greetings. I'm Geralt.
The Witcher known as the White Wolf, I know. They tell stories about you every day round here. Looking for an open seat at the table?
I'll be fine. Just wanted to talk. Gotta say, I like the place.
I should hope so. Found it a ruin when I came here from Undvik. Gulls shitting into the tankards through the gaps in the thatch.
Gross.
Bought the hut, rolled up my sleeves, and made a proper alehouse out of it.
Why'd you call it the New Port?
Continuity. Owned the old port on Undvik. Few of my former customers come here evenings to reminisce about the old times.
Makes sense to me.
What smells so delicious?
I always found that line funny. Yay, some monsters cards. Like paying attention to whether or not they're any good, because I'm just gonna get them. Alright. Now, if I remember correctly, here they spend. Remember that going for more. He was in Toussaint. Hang on to the higher dollar ones. Until later, because I'm pretty sure I'll get more for them at some other point. Burned sweet corn. Appetizer. Potatoes! It still doesn't look like candy to me, but I don't know what candy back then exactly, so. Fondue! That one cracks me up. A lot of crack. Butter. Get enough of it to make it keeping. That applies to the buttons too. Well, to be honest. And the baked potato. Okay, clean that up some. And get rid of that stuff. See, now there we're talking. Give me some good prices for some of the things at least. He's out of money. Alright. Good enough.
Thanks for sparing a moment.
Save.
Greetings!
Now
welcome.
let us play Gwent.
Actually kinda in the mood for cards. Care for a round of Gwent?
I'm always in the mood for Gwent.
So is everybody in the game. Ah. I'm tired of them cropping up. Pretty good draw and all. Take it. Buffy, you're always in the mood. You don't say. Heading out, Sassy. Alright, thank you very much for coming by. Take care. Let's see. Gonna say, where's my card? I hate bleeding. Well played, Gray, well played. I guess I'll go for it on the play somewhat conservatively for a moment. I'm letting him take this round. I'm tired of him having that commander's horn going. They had to have some of that crap in their deck just when they were gonna pull it out. Ouch. The fact that most of this isn't having to pull from their actual hand is starting to piss me off, because it really should. Well, there goes the round. That was frustrating, but he's a little out of my league at the moment, so we will come back to him.
Vegelbud told it there had been a magic explosion in Skellige. Related to Ciri's reappearance, it had destroyed a vast swath of forest. Geralt set out for the Isles to join the sorcerers and seek further clues of Ciri's whereabouts.
Nice little comic graphic there. Must remember to
This
come
has
back
gotta
and
be
play
Yen's
Jonas.
room. She always did like space and luxury.
Accurate. Okay. Gotta loot the room, see what else she's got around.
Tisaya DeVries, the poison source. Still turns to it for
Interesting.
inspiration.
Poison source. No one is born a mage. We still know too little about genetics and the mechanisms of heredity. We devote too little time and resource to this research. Sadly, we still conduct trials in the inheritance of magic ability using, let us say, natural methods. Results of these pseudo-experiments far too often can be seen in the gutters of our cities and begging outside our temple walls. Far too often we see and encounter brain-dead and moronic women covered in their own spittle and passing themselves off as prophetesses, seers, village diviners, and miracle workers, cretins with brains degenerated by the uncontrolled power they inherited. These simpletons and fools can themselves breed, can pass on their abilities, and continue the degeneration. Is anyone capable of foreseeing or defining what the last link in such a chain would look like? Most of us mages lose the ability to procreate as a result of changes and disruptions to the functioning of our pituitary glands. Others, sorceresses most often, mature into their magic powers with gonads intact. They can conceive and give birth, and have the audacity to consider that good fortune a blessing. Yet, I repeat, no one is born a mage, and no one should be. Aware of the gravity of what I write, I provide an answer to the question posed at the summit in Sedaris. I answer with every certitude. Each of us must decide what she wants to be, a sorceress or a mother. That's basically what it boils down to.
Her megascope? Guess she never goes anywhere without it. As Philippa Eilhart said, megascopes and toothbrushes, deeply personal possessions.
Interesting comparison. Ah, stash. Excellent. I'll do some inventory sorting later. Jennifer's journal. Technically wrong for reading this, but my thoughts turn with increasing frequency to the idea of capturing a Jinn. If I could just harness its power, there is much I would gain. Amos Var-Ipsis tome confirms what I have long suspected, that, despite my failure to do so previously, taming a Jinn is, in fact, possible. According to Var-Ipsis, the difficulties involved in bending such a being to one's will can be overcome. He managed to do so, at the least. Alas, this does not mean his methods will necessarily be useful to me. Each Jinn is different. Each case requires a singular approach. I've more experience unraveling such magic riddles than almost anyone else alive, and if Geralt, with his talent for wrestling unruly magic beings, agrees to help, we just might find a way to do it. The problem is we must first find a Jinn, and a daunting task unto itself. Interesting indeed. Alchemist notes, Jester had one task. 1. To write incantations on the ribbons used in creating the golem. And what did you do? Made a dog's dinner of it, of course, and as a result, instead of a guard, we have a murderer walking our lab. And I asked, did you double check the incantations? Oh, aye, yes sirree. Are you sure? Yes, sure as shooting, aye, and yet the results prove otherwise. To think that I could have had one of my students do it instead of that imbecile. We've barricaded ourselves in, but he'll get us. It's only a matter of time. At least I can dull the horror of my last minutes with Fistek. Prime quality stuff at that. We would have garnered a top coin for it had Jester not been a complete and probably illiterate idiot. Well, guess I didn't have many years left in me anyways, and better go out with a bang than to die slowly in a hospital. So I suppose it's Vafale Fool World. Alright.
Still glamour. Scent of lilac and gooseberries, even with the lid on. Taste hasn't changed.
So the unicorn mentioned it's obviously a bedroom item of theirs in the beginning. So first time I played this, up until this point, I was imagining, you know, it like being a little thing or like a pillow size or something, not a full-scale unicorn.
The stuffed unicorn. She fixed it. No idea how she managed to bring so much clothing. Must have hired out a galleon. As usual, black and white.
That is Yennefer. Alright. Robbing our beloved out of the way, I think this is a good time to wrap it up. This next bit of the main quest takes a while. Exploring Cabaret takes a little bit just because it's not small. So yeah, this is the ideal time to wrap it, I believe. So yeah, that's it for part, whatever part this was. Crap, I really can't remember. What part is this? It cuts off the title on the screen. Hey, anyway, whatever part we're on, that wraps up this part, and we'll continue on with whatever the next part is on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. But yes, hope you all enjoyed. Episode 24, thank you very much, Buffy. This will be episode 24's conclusion. Next will be 25 on Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. What would I do without my mods and faithful friends here in chat reminding me of these things? Yeah, it was good fun. You're welcome for the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. I had a lot of fun, enjoying the game as always. And we're getting to some good stuff. So next we will delve into the arduous task of picking the right outfit to please Yennefer, and maybe we'll get it right the first time or second time, and hopefully it won't take me 17 streams to actually do it. If it does, I'll figure it out off stream and yeah, come back. I don't think it will. I think we'll figure it out better this time. So, as you have it, I'm going to bid everyone adieu. Again, thank you very much for tuning in. Gray, Buffy, Sassy, and we had... looks like we still have one other one in, some just not in chat, so we have one other, so good night to you. Thank you everybody, and then have a great rest of your day, night, afternoon, evening, whatever happens to be for you, wherever you happen to be watching this, and stay safe and healthy out there, and I will see you next time. Oh, almost forgot. Also, if you want to catch up on my Let's Play series of Control, a card should be popping up in the corner right about now. So do check that out. Lots of fun with that Let's Play series. So posting one of those every day, except on Saturdays, because Saturday is a long stream day, so I can't give myself a break on that day. But otherwise, do go check those out. I'll put a link down in the description as well. But yeah, thank you very much for hanging out, everybody. I had a lot of fun. Much appreciated. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you on Thursday. Good night.